Oh my god, this camera is like way too HD. What's up, you guys? What's going on? So normally I film a video, I'm nice and showered and I'm nice and clean, but today I'm all dirty and I just got back from the gym and I'm like, screw it. So that's what I decided to do. So I have a giant list of ideas of things I want to talk about and things that I want to like analyze, and one of the things that I wanted to talk about was a personal one. It was just like my favorite like gay like LGBT movies. So, because I've seen a lot, and some of them have actually really impacted me in terms of my own growth, and depending on the time period that I watched them, like, they helped me sort of, like, find my own identity, if that makes sense. And I think, I think that's one of the big reasons why they're there also. I mean, they also are pieces of artwork, but I think they do impact people in different ways depending on their own interpersonal struggles or what timeline they're on in terms of finding themselves. But I know some of these movies really helped me find myself, and then afterwards when I came out, I watched some other really good movies that I really do enjoy. And again, these are like a tiny handful of movies that I've seen that I really enjoyed, but I know there's plenty more, so if you guys have any other suggestions, please leave them in the comments. But without further ado, I'm gonna get started. Okay, so Geography Club. I loved this movie, and when I watched it, I was really struggling with my identity in high school. I was like, well, is it okay, like, to like guys, or like, why am I feeling this way? And like, Geography Club was so nice because it depicted high school for this really sort of masculine, tough, like, football player guy who ends up crushing on this other guy, and he's online trying to find other people that are similar to him, and then he forms this sort of secret bond with another football player, and it deals with bullying, coming out, like, interpersonal struggles, and it hits you really home. It really hits home, and in the end, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but he really does come to learn to find his own identity and find happiness within himself. And I watched that when I was maybe 14, I think, and even the ending, I remember smiling so big. I was like, wow, what a great movie. I loved it. It was such a good movie, and it was really, really touching. So that movie I really recommend that movie, definitely. Moonlight. So yeah, a lot of you guys know this one. This is the Oscar-winning one, and I really like it because I'm from Miami, and just seeing the setting of Miami is really accurate too, because the places you see in Miami in my videos, yes, they're very beautiful and it's very nice and peachy, but like many cities, and Miami included, there are some very poor areas, and there are some very like different areas with a lower income demographic, and it really shows that side of Miami, which I do really like. Unfortunately, that area does exist. So it's basically focusing on a guy who grows up in sort of the inner city, not so nice part of Miami, and what he feels for one of his friends that sort of helps him out with bullying as he's going through school. And then he sort of isolates himself from his family, which is he has a horrible family situation, he has a really bad school situation, and he's so quiet. And you see sort of his interpersonal conflicts, which I really did enjoy. And then you see him reconnect with his old friend, and many years later, and the ending of the movie was beautiful. The entire movie was beautiful. The soundtrack was so impacting. Definitely go and look up the soundtrack. Some of the scenes were so beautiful with the way the music corresponded with some beautiful classical violin music. It hit so close to home, and it was so touching, and it was so moving, and there were so many moments in the movie where I watched it and I was speechless. I was just like, wow, and you feel so much pity for the main character, and it was really, really moving. I loved that movie. Phenomenal job. I think it definitely deserved the Oscar that it won, which also, that's kind of some people don't agree with that, but I loved that movie. I think it was great. Definitely recommend. Also in that sort of Oscar category, Call Me By Your Name. Oh my god, I love this movie. So I had been wanting to see this movie forever. I remember when I saw the trailer, I was like, please let me watch it, but I wasn't able to watch it because it wasn't released yet, and then finally it had a limited release, and I went to this really sort of like cool, hippie, underground, foreign movie theater, and I watched it there, and it was so nice. I watched it with my sister. So basically, it's sort of like this passionate summer romance in Italy between two characters, Oliver, younger, and Elio, who is sort of a student cataloging different artwork and literature, and he's studying under the mentorship of Oliver's father. And so Oliver, you can see sort of that hypersensitive, like, peak in this kid's sexuality. Like, it's in Italy, it's in the summer, it's hot, there's all sorts of stirrings and feelings, and it's sort of, you can tell they kind of like dabble and play with each other's emotions, the two characters, as they're getting to know each other, and then they go on these bike rides and they explore the little towns in Italy, and you really see their relationship sort of stirring in this beautiful and interesting way between two totally different age groups, but it's just cohesively such a wonderful story. And I watched it and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. The music, again, phenomenal. I love Mystery of Love. I think lots of people love that song. I can't stop listening to it. My dream would be to have some sort of like passionate summer with some guy and who also appreciates that song. Like, I always listen to that song and I imagine just sort of like falling in love with somebody. But it's beautiful. The soundtrack is great, very classical music, and very deep, emotionally invested music. I loved it. The acting is wonderful, especially the final scene when Oliver is talking to his father, and you see just how connected Oliver's parents are, especially his dad, with him and his situation. And it's just so beautifully shot, so beautifully directed, so well cast. Definitely recommend. I watched that movie, I've seen it maybe 5 or 6 times already. Great movie. Okay, you might not have seen this one. It's called Pretty Boy. You can find it on YouTube. If you want, I can put it in the description, a link to it, and that's how I stumbled upon it, literally on YouTube. Wow, what a wonderful movie. It was just so well written, and it's basically about, so a father forces his son to spend the night with a prostitute in a hotel, some sort of like out of the way underground like motel, and the son just doesn't want to sleep with the prostitute, and the father is trying to get the son to be with the prostitute to sort of fix his problem. And in the end, the son and the prostitute spend the entire night just bonding, exchanging stories, exchanging conversations, getting to know each other, talking about like interpersonal struggles. And it was so interesting. It was so simple. It was just in the motel room, basic set. But that's what I love about filmmaking too. It doesn't matter the budget, like, it matters just how you craft this beautiful piece of artwork. And it was just such a beautiful bond that the two characters form with each other. Definitely recommend it. Wow, wonderful. It was, I think I might watch it again soon, honestly. It was so well made. The way he looks, that is a wonderful movie. I love it so much. So it's a Brazilian movie, and it was set in a high school setting in Brazil. And so the main character is blind. He has his best friend is Giovanna. And so she helps him out, and they have this beautiful friendship going on. And there's a new student that comes to the school named Gabrielle, and all 3 of them become friends. And then it's about, it is a gay movie, but it also deals with like high school, with coming of age, with uncomfortable situations, with trying new things, with fighting with your friends, with being rebellious to your family. And one of the beautiful things I love is that the main character is blind, and he sees love just how he interprets it inside. And it didn't matter what Gabriel looked like. He was a super attractive guy, but he just formed this bond with him without any eyesight. And that's what I really loved. It's a beautiful bond, friendship that they have, all 3 of them. And then Gabriel and the main character form a very nice relationship. So definitely recommend. And also some of the soundtrack for that song is amazing. I have it saved on my phone too. Awesome. Jongens! Ik houd van Nederlands. So yes, this is a Dutch movie filmed in the Netherlands with Dutch actors, and it is in Dutch. I watched it with subtitles, but it really hits close to inside too, because I've lived in the Netherlands, I visited the Netherlands, I've traveled in the Netherlands, and I spent so much time with the Dutch people and the Dutch culture in those little farm villages with the cottages and the tulips and the canals and the bikes. It's so accurate, and it's, again, typical high school setting, 2 athletes that form this really nice relationship with each other. And it's just a very simple but beautiful story of their interaction with each other. And then it also, again, deals with coming out, it deals with struggling inside with your own identity, and it deals with trying new things and being like pressured into societal norms and stuff like that. The movie's not perfect. I think there were some plot issues and some pacing issues, but I mean, it's just 2 really attractive leads forming a very nice bond with each other. The music is really nice, just very wholesome. That trampoline scene too is just very cute. It's just such a cute, charming little Dutch movie, and sort of resembles that Dutch culture too, which I love, and I'm always gonna love the Netherlands and the Dutch people. But yeah. Okay, so this isn't exactly a movie, but I just freaking love this TV show so much. It's called Scam, and I stumbled upon it when I was on YouTube, and then I started watching every single season. Season 3 is the most popular one, because it has a gay relationship between Isaac and Evan, which, like, oh my god, Isaac particularly, like, I crush on that kid so hard. but it's just a Norwegian show that depicts what it's like for high schoolers in Norway, and there's 4 seasons, and every season focuses on a different character. I personally love all the seasons. Everybody talks about season 3, but season 1 is great, season 2 is wonderful, season 4, they're all so wonderful. But yeah, season 3 is the one that has the gay relationship, but again, I recommend watching all of them to really get the full feel of the show. You really bond with the characters. It was very well cast, very well acted, and it's just so fun. It's so funny. There's laughs, there's drama, there's gossip. Like, it's a great show, and it garnered so much success too, and you can tell why. It was so well made. But yeah, that's a great one. I'm talking pretty much about gay movies and guy-on-guy movies, but I mean, if you guys have seen any really good like lesbian or like really nice girl movies, definitely let me know too. I haven't seen a lot, but I do love, if you guys know the show Black Mirror, watch the episode San Junipero. It is so cool how they interpret like what technology can influence in your life and what possibilities there are for a society, and it does feature a lesbian relationship, and it's so beautiful. I cried at the end. I was like and I don't want to spoil anything, but you have to watch it. It is amazing, and the soundtrack is also so nostalgic and retro, but it's so cool. Awesome. Okay, and the last one I'm putting, Love, Simon. I have not seen Love, Simon yet, but I just know that it's a really good movie because I've heard from everybody that it's a really good movie, and I'm talking about it early since I haven't seen it just because I've seen the trailer, and I know personally for me, I really related a lot to it because the main character, you see him like online talking to other people, like, is there anybody else out there that's like me? That's what I was doing at that age, and I'm gonna like going on a date to see it. No, I'm taking myself on a date to see it. I would love to go on a date to see it, but I'm just gonna go by myself to see it. But I know that it's a really good movie already. I heard the book is really good, and I maybe would consider reading the book too. But I'm talking about it because I'm sure I'm already going to like it anyways, and it sort of fits into that category. But yeah, at least from what I've seen of it, it really hits close as well. But definitely, yeah, it seems like a great movie. Well, yeah, I didn't really get to talk about a whole lot of movies, and there's so many good movies out there, but these are some personal ones that I really liked. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know because I love watching movies like that. Again, if you guys are wondering why I haven't been like putting a lot of travel videos up lately, I mean, I'm in college, like I'm still like in the semester, like I literally have to go do computer programming and like write a paper after this. But again, I'm going to Universal, which is my favorite theme park ever, and it's gonna be a fun movie, and then 3 months in Panama, you guys know it's gonna be amazing, so that's gonna be so fun. And yeah, I'm just like flooding with ideas, just like spitballing so many different types of videos to put out there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I love responding to you all. Thank you all so much. Have a good one.